was about to go back to the doctor, and I knew he was going to give me medication that he wanted me to have for life. So that's when I started looking at YouTube videos. That's when I found you guys, and I started on the diet from Self-Healing Crohn's and Colitis book. I saw that I was improving in even a week, but I still had tons of questions, and I still needed some extra support. So that's when I signed up for you guys.
Alright, so hey guys, welcome to a new video. We've got Sam here from Australia, and he's going to be talking to us about how he has overcome his ulcerative colitis. And Sam is a bit of a unique case because he actually was recently diagnosed, and he actually didn't want to go to the doctors and take medication. I'm sure he's going to probably cover that when we talk a bit later. But you know, here's a good example of someone actually really taking control of their health before the doctors get involved. So yeah, Sam, what was your situation before you found us, and you know, what was going on in your life? And I guess you'd just been diagnosed. Maybe take us through a little bit about what happened with you before you started with us.
Okay, so I guess to start it from the very beginning would be just the first thing I noticed anything wrong was just bleeding, which I guess is most people's first sign that something's up. So from there, just went to the doctor. Probably nothing to worry about, probably just hemorrhoids. It seemed to worry me a lot more than it actually worried them. So that was fine. So went back home, and maybe like a month or two later, still was having the same problems. So eventually ended up going to a colorectal surgeon and getting a colonoscopy. So that's when I was diagnosed. So I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, which is like a milder form, maybe an earlier form. So it could have gone to like full-blown ulcerative colitis. So I guess unlike a lot of people, didn't have a lot of the other symptoms, so didn't have really bad pains or anything like that. But the main symptom was just a lot of bleeding. Mm-hmm. So from there, so after getting diagnosed, I asked the colorectal doctor, "Oh, does it have anything to do with diet? Like what can I change?" And always the answer there was, it has nothing to do with diet, and almost in like a laughable way, like, oh yeah, it's out of your control. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to just interrupt you there for a second and say to you, if it didn't have anything to do with diet, then even if you were on a vegan diet or a plant-based diet, that means you should still have colitis. I mean, if diet wasn't anything to do with it, you know, that you should still have it regardless. But obviously, you know, we've overcome that, and we'll obviously move a bit later on. We'll talk about that. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you. We'll go back to what you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, as we'll get to later, no problem at all now.
Yeah.
Like I feel the healthiest I've ever been. So yeah, that's good.
I think you were going to say something about, or maybe you were vegetarian at the time.
Yeah. So I was mostly vegetarian at the time. Like I'd still be pretty flexible with that. So maybe if meat was served up to me, I would eat it. I would eat a lot of cheese through a lot of the meals I was cooking. So there was a lot of cheese, not so much milk, but yeah, a lot of cheese in my vegetarian diet. But it was still pretty healthy. That's why that's why when the doctor said, "Oh, it has nothing to do with diet," I thought, yeah, I eat healthy, so maybe it does have nothing to do with diet. Maybe I am not doing anything wrong. Yeah. So from there, I kind of just went on a eat anything I want, like binge eat. Not too bad, but like just because the doctor said that it has nothing to do with diet, I thought, oh, okay, this is probably it's probably going to get worse as it goes on. So I may as well enjoy food now, which I still didn't eat bad. I still ate really good, but I just like would binge eat and I don't know, just didn't put any thought into what I was eating and how it was affecting my ulcerative colitis. So from there, I obviously did a bit of Googling, saw some other people's stories. It made me like super scared because there was videos out there of people getting their colon removed, having medication for life, people talking in these forums about, I'm on this drug at this dosage, and I might be getting it bumped up to the next dosage next month. Like that's not what I wanted to do at all. And so from there, for probably a few months, I just avoided looking at the internet at all. So I didn't really know much about what I had, what could be done about it, other than medication and getting your colon removed. I guess what made me start looking for other things again is when I had a doctor's appointment coming up with the colorectal surgeon, the one that was treating me at the time. And just to jump back a little bit, I was treated for a while with like enemas, like every day is not the most fun thing to do. Yeah. And that did help. And that got rid of it for a time, for while I was using them, and for maybe a few months after I stopped using them, but it came back. And at this point, I was about to go back to the doctor, and I knew he was going to give me medication that he wanted me to have for life. So that's when I started looking at YouTube videos. That's when I found you guys, and I started on the diet from Self-Healing Crohn's and Colitis book. I saw that I was improving in even a week, but I still had tons of questions, and I still needed some extra support. So that's when I signed up for you guys.
Yeah, it was actually good timing because you didn't want to take medication, and you'd researched all this information about how worse it could get if you kept doing what you're doing, and the point that we're always trying to make is that you shouldn't need to be on medication for life, and I think Sam here really didn't want that, so it was really important for him to look at other people and go from there. So I just have to ask you, why did you decide to join us? Why did you decide to join High Carb Health?
Yeah, so I guess that brings it back to what we're doing right now. I saw other people's testimonials, and to me they seem very genuine. And you probably guys only had not as many as you do as you have right now. So so I saw that, and everyone seemed genuine. They seemed like they had already that they got over it and they're symptom free. So it was definitely worth giving it a try. And because I was already vegetarian, pretty much, I was willing to change my diet, and give it a go. That's pretty much the only reason.
Yeah.
Testimonials. So that's good.
So again, I think your testimonial might actually change someone else's decision to maybe change their lifestyle. So it's really important to show other people that it's not only me that has actually been able to overcome this. There's a lot of other people and different types of people as well. So moving on to when you started with us, so how did you find the program, and what was it that really helped you along the way?
Yeah, so the biggest thing for me was having the accountability. So every week I would set up a video call, a Skype call with you guys. So and we would track what I was eating. You guys could see what I was eating. So that made it very easy to keep going with the diet from Self-Healing Crohn's and Colitis. So, and I guess through that time, I might have had questions where I was a bit impatient about seeing symptoms improve. Because like when I initially started, symptoms improved very quickly and then took a while to completely clear up. So maybe for me, from the time I started the diet till when I was completely better was maybe 2 months, which is actually very quick.
Yeah.
But while you're in it, it can seem like it's taking a while.
Yeah, so just to clarify, Sam actually did the 3 month program with us. He didn't do the full 6 months because of his situation, because of him being, you know, diagnosed early on. You know, his body has actually been able to heal a lot faster, and this is what I actually do try and say to a lot of people, that if you get onto it straight away, it's going to make your life easier. And here is a good example of that, and Sam being the one who has really achieved, you know, the best that he can do. And so it was really awesome to actually work with Sam, because he was very committed, he was focused, and he knew what he had to do to get done. So that was, you know, that was a really it made our jobs a little bit easier, because when the person is on the other side, you know, getting affected, and it's important that they understand that this is what you need to do to get better, and I think you understood that, so that was awesome. So what's your life like now, man? So, you know, you haven't taken much medication, and you probably never will in your life now, because you know a lot of information about it, and you've taken control of your life. So how was it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I guess the diet in self-healing Crohn's and colitis is a lot of fruit, and that's how I ate for the entirety of the program, and that's pretty similar how I still eat. So I love eating like plant-based food now. It's got me into cooking a lot more. So just making whatever plant-based food I can think of or find new recipes for. So that's really good. It's like I've been making very interesting meals compared to what I used to. So even when I was vegetarian, when I switched from like meat eating to vegetarian, I was like, oh wow, making like a lot more interesting meals. But then when I switched from vegetarian to plant-based / vegan, my meals just got a lot more interesting again, and I like food even more than I did before. Yeah, so like I said before, I definitely feel the healthiest I've ever been. I never really had terrible stomach pains, but it's definitely, now that I'm better, I definitely notice my stomach is a lot better. Just my digestion's a lot better. Which I thought what my digestion was before was normal, and there was nothing wrong with it. Which still, I don't think it was terrible, but now it's so much better. And another thing that's been really good is my girlfriend's been super supportive, and she changed to a plant-based diet at the same time as me. So from day one when I started, she started eating very similar. So that's made it super easy. And she still eats like that now when we cook our meals.
On that note about support, I think it's really important that you show your family members what you're doing and keep them in the loop, because if they don't know what you're doing, there can be a lot of worry. So it's really important to get that support. And I think Sam was really lucky to have a girlfriend by him, and I was also really lucky because my girlfriend as well supported me at the time. And I've just got a couple of other things to mention as well. That you're plant-based, right? And you're also vegan. Now, why are you vegan? Can you just explain that to a lot of other people out there?
Okay, so I'd say the primary reason I changed my diet was for health. But I guess now that I don't think I even need the animal products or anything in my diet anyway.
Would you say that you don't believe that you need to kill and suffer or
Oh yeah,
make
yeah, yeah.
animals suffer? I mean that's what I'm trying to get here is that being vegan is not necessarily health related, but it's for the animals. And is there a need for you to have a steak or kill or make someone else kill your food for you and eat it? Are you going to be lacking in anything if you're not doing that? That's what I'm
Yeah,
just trying to say. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. So like, yeah, if you don't need it for health, and it's not beneficial to the animals or to the environment, then I don't think there's any need to do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
It's a good reason. I think there are there are different ways of obviously looking at that word vegan because there's a lot of other things involved with that, like obviously wearing clothes that are in leather, and it goes on quite a bit. That's for a different video. But so what advice would you give to others now? Now that you've managed to take control of your health, what sort of advice would you have for people that are watching this video right now, just like you were when you were trying to find out something? Um,
Yeah. So I guess the first thing that you've probably already done is watched the other testimonials. Um, so give them a watch, and then I think just jump on the self-healing Crohn's and colitis diet straight away. Um, there's another book that I'd also recommend called The Microbiome Solution by Robin Chutkin, which has a very similar diet, and yeah, it's a good read as well. Um, so after that, if you want more support, then and to keep yourself accountable and just so you're not doing it by yourself and you have someone to talk to about it that has been through it, and that's about it. but because it's definitely hard to find anyone else like a doctor nearby or like even specialists that are experienced in helping people overcome this with diet. And Shamiz himself has been through this, and yeah, it's just really good to have someone else to talk to that has been through it. And eating fruit as and vegetables as a way of getting over this is really simple, and you don't need to overcomplicate it.
Yeah, man. I think that sums it up basically, and I think it was a real pleasure working with you, Sam, and I think you've empowered yourself to create your life after colitis, and I think it's about gaining the knowledge and also understanding what your body goes through and how the body actually heals itself. The food is one of the things where it helps the body, but it does not heal the body. And I think it's awesome that you've taken control of your health, and I wish you all the best. And we're obviously going to keep in contact. And who knows? If we're in Aussie, we'll definitely message you and see if you want to catch up for dinner or something.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.